Hey, today we'll be looking at daily habits that can change your life in 1 minute. 1 minute daily habits. And I'm going to start using the MAPLAMP principle, MAPLAMP, like we've always done for the Adapt and Advanced series. Today's Adapt and Advanced series, the first thing quotes we'll be using, quotes are the things we use for meaning making, is a word by Mike Murdoch, that the secret of your future is hidden in your daily routines. And this is huge for me because one of the very first books I read when I started reading a lot of self-development or self-help books many years ago was books by Mike Murdoch. I remember he was invited to Living Faith Church to minister in Nigeria, then by Bishop Oyedepo. And since then, I enjoyed reading his books. And, he stated very clearly in one of his books that I read then that the secret of your future is hidden in your daily routines. And that's what we are starting us up with today. The secret of your future is hidden in your daily routines. What you do every day adds up. It adds up. Little by little, one by one, everything adds up. And at the end of the day, it matters a lot what we do, the habits that we form with our lives. We don't succeed suddenly. And the same way also, we don't succeed suddenly. It doesn't happen just in an instant. It may look sudden when it happens, like, oh, wow, had a great miracle happening. But it adds up calorie by calorie, talking about weights now, it adds up. Many other things of our lives, they add up little by little by little. So the secret of your future is hidden in your daily routines. Successful people are simply those with successful habits. That is Brian Tracy. I also enjoy his books too, some. And it's important for us to know that our future is dependent on what we do on a daily basis. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but an habit." We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act, it is an habit. So our habit goes a long way to determine the destiny or whatever our future eventually becomes. So what this video is about today, meaning making, is looking back at all of those quotes, tells us that it's important for us to be able to form good habits that are consistent with who we want to become. Still on meaning making, another part of it that I would like to share with us, I use quotes, at times I use the stories of successful people. And one successful person whose story I want to share with us today is Serena Williams, which I'm sure most of us are very familiar with. Her stories show that she was somebody who formed habits that were creative very early in her life. She would go to the gym 5 a.m., every morning to practice in California when she was growing up. And she was living in a place where there were a lot of gangs, where there was a lot of things that made it difficult even to have such a routine. But she saw a future, she saw what she wanted to become, and she realized the habits she needed to cultivate to get to that future. So she would go hit the gym every morning, even when it's not convenient, even when it's difficult, even when it's hard, and that added up even one by one to what she is today. Serena Williams is one of the greatest tennis players of all times. Why? She had this habit of always training, never skipping her training every single day, 5 a.m. every single morning. So it's important for us to know that what we do adds up, and we need to decide on what habit do I need to become who that I want to be. So Serena Williams reminds all of us today that our habits matters. What we do matters. And today she's very successful in tennis and she's doing very great, never skipping a practice and pushing beyond her limits. So you can also choose in your area of whatever it is you're doing on a field of interest. Never skipping your training, never skipping a practice, never skipping those habits that add up to where you want to be in the future. Okay, so that's meaning making. We made meaning using the story of Serena Williams. We made meaning looking at some of those quotes by Brian Tracy and by Mike Murdoch. So we are moving on to A now, which is action. Taking massive action is very, very important. And because the title today, it's just 1 minute action, 1 minute habits, things you can do just over 1 minute. Like I said in a previous video that, at times doing something for just 1 minute every single day is informing your brain that this thing is important to me. And your brain will definitely find a way to make it easy and make it to work on you. So you are easing into the things, into the habits that they are very important for you. So taking massive action is about small but consistent actions that must be taken. Small but consistent actions. What are those small actions that you need to take? In the case of Serena Williams, like we said, she had to wake up every AM, 5 a.m. to go play tennis, to go practice. So what do you do to practice that is consistent with your own destiny, that is consistent with the future you envision, that is consistent with who you want to become? There is power in identity-based habits. And as you continue to make up your mind the habits that you want to form and what you want to, the action you want to put behind them, it's important for us to know there is power in identity-based habits. Who you are becoming is more important than what you are doing. So it's not about this is important, I want to do it. No, it is who am I becoming? Who do I want to become? It is I am a runner, not that I run. I am a successful father, not that I'm doing this to become a father. It is who you are becoming that matters the most. And that brings us back to mission statement, which we're going to talk about in a bit. So you need to decide, who am I becoming? What are my core values? And then let that inform the habits that are consistent with becoming that. Can I give us some examples? Doing it, for example, if one of the things you are becoming is, I am becoming a healthy me, which means the habits that I've followed will be habits that are consistent with living a healthy life, such as aerobic exercise, such as resistance exercise. You could decide to say, okay, if I'm becoming an healthy me, I am doing 1 push-up every day to become an healthy me. But just make sure you are consistent. Don't break it. And after a while, there's this principle that says whatever you do for 21 days straight becomes an habit. Maybe after 21 days, you can increase it to 2. And another 21 days, increase it to 3. And that way you ease into it and your body is able to stand it long term. That's one example. Another example is, I'm becoming learned, or I'm becoming the best I need to be through learning in my life. You could read just 1 page of the book a day. Like we've said, I've encouraged on these videos that no matter what, each one of us needs to keep learning to keep getting better. So you could learn just one page of a book a day. It's telling your brain, I'm reading, I'm learning, I'm doing something that is going to help my future. When you take little steps, 1 minute habits, you reinforce your identity and you build momentum. What you want is, this is who I'm becoming. This is the things I'm doing. This is the steps I'm taking. So you are reinforcing that identity of who you are becoming. And then you are building momentum by doing it 1 little thing at a time, 1 step at a time. It could be baby steps, like we call it. Make sure that you're doing habits. If it's 1 page a day, read it. 1 resistance exercise a day, read it. 10 minutes of aerobic exercise, maybe just walking, fast walk, whatever you decide to do. Make sure that 1 minute every day, you are doing those things that matter to what you are becoming, who you want to become. Okay, so that is action, taking massive action, which today is just taking little steps towards what you want to be. So the next one is P, which is planning. Habits doesn't just happen out of the blues. We've got to sit down and make a plan of what we want to do. So if you've decided who you want to become in your mission statement, you've identify the habits that you need to form daily. It could be exercise, like we said, to living healthy. It could be reading a page, to becoming the best version of yourself. It could be anything, any area of your life that you feel you need to improve and do something new about. And then the next one is planning. You need to plan it. And one thing I'm going to talk about in planning here today is coupling. You can couple those habits with other things that are already standard in your life. For example, I'm assuming all of us brush our teeth every morning or night. You could couple it with affirmations. Every time you brush your teeth in the morning, you could say, if one of the new habits you want to form is saying affirmations, things that matter to you, you could couple it together. That's one way to do it. So coupling is very important and very vital. Another thing is you could couple some small habits and cluster them together. And the very good example, which I've given multiple times, is, for example, I have 15 things I do every morning, 2.5 hours. I couple them together, so they all go together with each other. So you could couple many things together. You could couple 5 things together and say, okay, 1 minute times 5 things, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you do all of those 6 things together at the same time. For example, I do the savers. I've talked about it over and over. Those are 6 things coupled together at the same time. Silence, meditation, affirmation is the next one. V is visualization. E is exercise. R is reading. And S is scribing. So that's 6 things coupled together. I also do the map plan together, same time with it, which is M, meaning making, using either quotes or the stories of somebody. Or for me, at times I use the Bible as meaning making for me. A, which is action, take action towards my goal, one thing every single day. P, which is planning, every single day I plan my days. I look at my soft calendar on the laptop for the day, and I also have the printed hard copy calendar. At times a few discrepancies because I print monthly, so if I print it a month ago, it might take, something could have changed on the soft copy, so I make sure I check both to make sure that I get things. So that's planning my day every single day. L is learning, which is I read every single day, some pages of a book. My target is 1 book every week, which I even do more than most times. A is alliance, which is forming an alliance, which I take 1 step daily towards forming a good alliance with somebody. M is mission statement. I go over my mission statement every single day, just like I do go over my affirmations. And P is prayers. Of course, I pray every day too. So you could couple things together. And like I said, it could just be one thing that you couple with one thing. It could just be like every time I brush my teeth, I say an affirmation. So those habits you want to form, the 1 minute habits that you're starting with, couple it with something, or couple them together and do whatever number you can do consistently every single day. Okay, so that's P, M-A-P-L. L is learning, and today I'm going to be using the story of Warren Buffett to explain how important learning is. And I was just reading about him, and I got to know that he started reading as very early in his life, as much as 500 pages every single day. Wow, that's a lot. I hope I can get there someday. But the emphasis is, like I keep saying, you can take baby steps. If all you can do is 1 page a day, I think it's a good place to start. So he knew very early in life, he said knowledge compounds over time. And even now, despite being a billionaire, he still spends 80% of his time reading. Doing what? Reading and thinking. And this reminds me of Bishop Oyedepo. I talk about him a lot because it's very instrumental to where I am today. And I learned a lot of things from him at different stages of my life. He was asked one time that what is your secret? And one of the things Bishop Oyedepo said is, I read and I think. I read and I think. Just very similar to what Warren Buffett said. Yeah, he reads a lot and he thinks a lot. A is alliance formation. The people around you shape your habits significantly, and you want to be sure that you build a network of people around you that have similar values with you. and are also planning to achieve the kind of habits that you really dream to achieve to become who you want to be in life, that goes a long way. It's easier to maintain habits when people around you also have similar habits. I don't find it hard to go, for example, go to church because my wife does, I do, my kids do. So that's just one example. There are many other examples of things that people around you doing it can help you. It could be friends, could join online groups, and all of this could assist you in cementing your habits and doing the things you want to do to become who you want. According to him, he spends 80% of his day reading and thinking. So these are all habits we also need to, for learning, it's very critical. We need to spend quality part of our day reading and thinking. And one book I'm going to recommend that is for learning today for us is Atomic Habits. I've showed us in the previous videos. It's a very great book. He talked in chapter 13 specifically in the book about the 1 minute habits, and you could just learn a lot of things from the book as you read it. Like we said, for mission statements, focus on who you want to become. Instead of saying I want to run a marathon, it is I am becoming a runner, not I want to run a marathon. So who you want to become matters. So, and this brings us to mission statement. So you need to have clear cut mission statement that your mind can easily get. Something very simple. It doesn't have to be extremely hard, that you can easily remember every day. Like remind yourself about this is what I'm moving towards, and that keeps you grounded and helps you to form habits around it in becoming who you want to become. As a group, as a Adapt and Advanced family, one thing we believe in strongly is to be the best version of ourselves by increasing success and value daily. So every day should build over the previous one. Like I keep saying, Proverbs 4:18 is the part of the just shines brighter and brighter to glory. I strongly believe that we should keep going better and better. So every day should build over the previous, and you should get better and better and better in every single thing you do. So you focus on that, and that helps you a long way to be the best version of yourself. So have a vision, have a dream clearly written down that you can remember and that you can remind yourself daily, and build habits around it. So finally, it's peace, prayer, and I always like to end this way because like I said, I believe the spiritual controls the physical, and a lot of things can be influenced also in the spirit realm. So as you make all of these changes, as you decide on a few habits here and there that you want to start doing 1 minute every day, just to inform your brain, also understand that everything also, you can also control things from the spirit realm by praying and trusting and hoping that things will work out. It just gives you an opportunity to know that it takes the burden completely off you. While of course, you have to take your own steps and do it, but you also know that after planting, after watering, like it says, Paul planted, Apollos waters, God gives the increase. So at the end of the day, after everything said and done, you are trusting a supernatural power to bring increases for you in a way that is bigger than anything we can think about. So thank you for watching the video today. I would say I'm really grateful for you. Please like the video, share widely, and can share your comments about your experience with habits and how you can encourage somebody. Like I say, it's a movement, it's an adapt and advance movement and family, and we want a situation whereby we keep encouraging each other to be the best version of ourselves in every single thing we do. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day, week, month, year, wherever you are.